right as I was about to click go live, it clicked over at 5:36. How's everybody doing? Stanifer, he's lit. Yeah, oh, first, second, third. Oh, happy Easter and whatnot. I had a day at work, man. We did Easter crafts. Downtown BIA was doing their big Easter weekend celebration downtown and art galleries downtown, so we decided we should do something too. And yeah, a lot of people came through the art gallery to make Easter things today. It was cool, it was fun, but I was on my feet. I was go, go, go all day. Vote for bunny ears on Mike. If I had bunny ears, I would probably be wearing them. Because I wear my Santa hat for Christmas shows. Paul, carryover question from last week for Chili. Because I didn't have a good answer for him. But he wants to know, how does custom grit work on green wood? And I said, I don't think I would want to finish any wood while it's green, because the moisture is still trying to escape, whether it's custom grit or lacquer or anything else. I don't want to finish wood while it's still trying to have moisture escape from it. But you're the finish scientist. So your input would be welcome. I need a beer. I don't know why I didn't get one. Yeah, generally greenwood needs to dry. I don't think I would want to be sealing in moisture with finish, because I don't see anything good coming of that. It might not be bad, but I would not expect it to be good. Let's just... Eric Witzel's back. Oh, we're going to do some dyeing tonight. I mean, we're always all dying. It's just the nature of being alive. But we are going to apply some dye. See if we can't make something Eastery. This stump is about 12 by 15 and has been drying about 6 months. If it's been drying for 6 months as like a whole piece of log, it hasn't really been drying. I've turned green bowl, I'm guessing green bowls, and half cut shellac to let the wood dry, and then sand and finish once dry. That was my suggestion, was be to rough turn it and then let it dry out as it's in a rough turned form, and then finish turning it. Another question. I don't know if anybody's going to have an answer for that, for this. What is hybrid poplar? What is that? This thing says hybrid poplar. I don't know what that is. It's super light. So I'm guessing it's not very dense. But I think it's the lightest wood that I have. So, like, lightest in color. So it should take the Easter colored dye relatively well. I've never even heard of this. I didn't know that I had it in my stack. It's cottonwood, not poplar. Okay. So hybrid poplar is actually cottonwood. Huh. Okay. So cottonwood bowl tonight. Eric Habakabaka's back. And then we're going to do some purple and some aqua. Let's do some splotchies on it, on the outside. Eastery colors. Chili votes hybrid pen, but that's it's too late. I already decided that I'm going to turn this hybrid poplar, cottonwood, hybrid poplar, and slap some dye on it. Because it's Easter weekend. So let's just try to do something Eastery. Oh. Also, I just have not been turning enough bowls the last while. I've only turned 2 bowls this year. Last week was my 2nd bowl of the year. Mike, your moose poop pen blank is on the way. Sentences you never thought you'd hear. I will take sentences you never thought you'd hear for 200. Your moose poop pen blank is on the way. I can't imagine that that is going to smell great when I turn it. I mean, I assume that it's a stabilized moose poop. But I cannot imagine it being a pleasant experience. Wear a mask while turning that crap. Maybe. It actually turns great, Paul says. But is it attractive at the end? Like I can't. It'll be funny. Probably get some views on that video. Maybe I'll turn it like on an episode of the show that isn't a live episode of the show. And get some clicks. My new moose poop pen. In a way, I want to get started on this because the dyeing and finishing process is going to take a while. But in another way, I just kind of want to sit for a bit. Oh, Pinnell's apologizing for being late. It's going in the notes. See, you're going to get a write-up. No, you don't get to blame the time clock. Okay, the time clock works just fine. It's the same time every week. It has a great chatoyance. Oh, that's actually really quite good. That was quite good. Tyler Peterson's here, but he's trying to find the ruler that he swears he just had in his hand. Yeah, you put it down over there. Pinnell's hiding Easter eggs. We aren't doing a hunt this year. We just got him some candy and chocolate and stuff, and that's that. Shirt pocket for the ruler. I'm thinking, here's a interesting thing that I'm thinking. I'm kind of, one of the things other than the giant beard and the fact that I don't really know what I'm doing, one of the things that I'm kind of known for is like my geeky shirts. But I think I might see what it's like to go to an apron. I think I might start aproning. See how that goes. See if, I don't know. It's a 12-inch stainless steel ruler. Should be easy to spot. Yeah, but I told you put it down over there. That's where you should be looking for it. Over there where you put it down. Anybody else? Well, I know other people do. Anybody that is watching this show use a shop apron with pockets and stuff. Is it Subaru? Yes, Mark, I know. That's why it's hanging over in the corner. Somebody bought me an apron for Christmas like 2 years ago. And then I even went and bought like those little lobster clatches with the spring-loaded thing, because I don't want to have to tie it and untie it all the time to put on it. I've just never really got into wearing it, but I'm thinking that I might want to. Robert Beebe uses it when he uses the grinder. Okay. Because it sparks. CJ Teague does. It's handy to keep things close. See, that's what I'm thinking. Like, but I don't have I'm in a one-car garage, so everything is pretty close. It's not like I have to go all the way over there to get my whatever. But I think it would be handy to have, like, a pencil and like my little rules and maybe a little square and what else? Just like a few things to just keep on me and handy, and also keep a little cleaner. And I have one already. That I could get my wife to customize for me, because she's big into sewing these days. So she could put little like custom pockets and stuff on it. If Tyler had one, he wouldn't have lost his ruler. This is right. I don't know that I'd keep a 12-inch ruler in my apron, though. See, it would be the little 6 guy. And then maybe like the little double square. Or, I mean, maybe even the 6. Like that. That would be okay in an apron. I'm going to keep calling it hybrid poplar because that's what's written on it. I believe you that it's actually cottonwood, but why wouldn't they call it cottonwood? Like, I want to assume that you're talking to Tyler about looking behind you, because I know what's behind me. I can look behind me by looking forward. Whoa. Because I can see what's behind me. Because number 4, number 5, 62, 5.5, Shinto rasp, little edge round over plane, apron plane, spoke shave, flash symbol, Green Lantern symbol. Get the outside of this thing turned so that we can get some dye on it, so we can get it drying, so that we can get the outside finished in a relatively decent period of time, so that this show doesn't go for 3 hours tonight. Because like I said, I had a busy day at work, and not that I don't want to hang out with you guys, but it's just the universe telling me to clean the shop. Why you listen to the universe and not your buddy Mike? I told you to clean the shop a couple weeks ago. Something like that. Okay for you guys? Just gonna do a swoop. Simple, straightforward outside, so we can start splashing some dye on it. I'm gonna need a tool rest for the turning process. That's a good addition. Oh, is he up for it? I mean, he's got to be, because he's doing it. Smells terrible. Like, just unpleasant. It is pretty soft. I gotta cut slower. Because it's tearing pretty good. But we'll get it rough to shape, and then I'll try to do a couple of nice slow finish passes. Woo. Yeah. Part of it is that I'm not good. Part of it is that it's super soft. Part of it is that I'm probably not super sharp. Part of it is that I'm impatient. It's getting better. Just be more patient. Make a slower cut. And started a lower grit of sandpaper, and you know what. That one felt pretty good. Yeah, that still a little rough on the end grain, but I think we sand through that. One little swoop. All right. Loud noises. Don't want to go up too high before we put the die on anyway. So that was just a quick with 240, which I probably should not have done. I usually die at 150 or 180, so it takes more of it in. That's all right. We'll give it Actually, what we'll do, do a quick grain raise. One sec. Anybody watching this show lucky enough to have running water in their shop? I would love to have a tap out here. Raise the grain real quick with some water before we dye it. Let that dry. And then slap some dye on it. Well, we'll sand it back again with the 240 real quick. And we'll get some purple and aquamarine blue on it. Make an Easter bowl. I've gotten a lot better at using the bowl sander. Yeah, I haven't. But if I actually used it, that would help me get better at using it probably. What are we talking about? Oh, why? How does he not spend as much time sanding as I do? Well, I use a random orbital sander. It goes a little faster. You also look over every square inch, making sure you remove all sanding marks, which I do not do. Last bowl you dyed turned out great. I think all the bowls that I've dyed turned out better than I expected them to. Tyler Peterson liked one of them enough when he saw it on Instagram that he messaged me and said, "I'm going to buy that, please." What was the last dyed bowl that I did? Was the purple ash one. I can't remember the last bowl that I dyed. Maybe the blue maple one. That might have been the one that Tyler bought. The aquamarine. I dyed a couple bowls during the two pens in a bowl extravaganza in November, but those weren't like, I didn't film them. But the last filmed one that I did might have been the one that Tyler bought. I did a purple ash one and I did a aquamarine. I think it was like a spalty maple one that Tyler bought. It was just a little guy that had the one swoop. And today we're going to use the aqua and the purple. The ash one was like it was a big guy. It was like 10 or 11 inches across. And I sold it to the guy who bought the Unity coffee table. Purple and blue flame chestnut was the last one that I did. So not the one that Tyler bought. But was it this same combination? Did I already do an Easter bowl? Or is this not going to look like Easter? Doesn't matter. It's what I'm doing tonight. It's a spalty maple aquamarine that looks like the earth. Yeah, it's got some like browns and streaks and splotches and stuff in it. That was cool. That was a cool bowl. That blank had some interesting stuff going on in it. But I think I had to stabilize some of the more punky parts in the outside of it, so those didn't quite take the dye as much, so it added a little bit of that earthy look. It's on your mom's mantle. You tell her to take it down and use it as a bowl, Put some M&Ms in that guy. She can do whatever she wants with it. It's hers. But it does bother me a little bit. I understand it, but it bothers me a little bit when I either give people things or they purchase them from me to like when they're functional things that I've made to do a thing and they don't use them. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I would rather they got used. Like I gave friends of mine like a really nice cutting board. It's just long grain, 1.5 inch thick cutting board with finger grooves in the end of it. Maple, walnut, and Paduke. And they've probably had it 4 years, and I don't think that they've ever put a knife to it. Because I went over about 1.5 years into them having it, and I was like, why does this still look brand new? What are you guys doing? Everybody can live life the way they want. The pen I bought off you is used by the wifey. There you go. Well, I mean, you wouldn't have a decorative pen. Well, I guess you might have a decorative pen. You can have a decorative bowl. It should still like hold things though. Or they sell it in a garage sale, Tim says. Yeah, I guess it's better for them to have it as a decorative thing than to them like hawk it in a garage sale. Good point. That looks dry. Beckham's back. You might list my bowl on your website. That'd be funny. How much are you going to sell it for? I'm curious. All right, just a quick. That was just to raise the grain, so now we're just going to get it back real quick like that. We're going to splotch a bunch of dye on it. $0.10 per subscriber. Hey, speaking of subscribers, I got a question that I want to ask you guys in a little bit. Remind me next time we sit down that I want to talk to you guys about a giveaway. All right, let's just get splotching. We'll start with purple. This is just, I get asked a fair bit what kind of dye I use. This is RIT. I get it at the fabric store, like the store that my wife buys her material at for sewing, because it is marketed as a fabric dye. I'm just going to splooge some purple on here. Sand the bottom first. No, the bottom's going to stay natural, so I'm going to dye the outside, and then I'm going to turn the bottom off. I've got a system. Go a couple of splotches of purple. The hell is going on over here? I'm just splooging purple dye onto something. Purple's that a guy, Marv? Marv and I have a running joke involving his photography and purple. go. Need some purple there. We'll go with some aqua in between. Marv, do you have a new photography selling venue yet? Or have you decided to not do that anymore? Still have to frame the prints that I bought off the last one. Yeah, this is gonna look cool maybe. Go aqua in between the purple. Don't have a site presently. Okay. Yeah, I think what was the reason for leaving the old one? They took too high a percentage of the sale, or I remember you were unimpressed with some kind of change they were making, I think. We don't need to talk about it if I just realized, like, dude, this is not your business to be discussing on your show. Go some aqua in between the purples. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of like blend those together. With this one that I just had water on before. Gonna kind of blend those in a little bit, soften the edges between them. That one got a little bit light there. There we go. There we go. Get a little more purple in here. Rad. Okay, cool. Let that dry for a bit. Turn it on. I like this thing you're making. I think it's going to be cool. It's Easter Bowl. I don't know, maybe. Oh, Mike, yep, new beer. Might be a relatively long show because we have to dry between stages and stuff like that. It has to dry for a little bit. It's water-based dye, so it'll dry relatively quickly, but does have to dry before I put finish over it. And then I'm going to give it a couple of quick spritzes of lacquer to seal in the dye so that when I custom grit it, I don't risk taking the dye out of it. I don't know if it will, but when I dye a bowl, I always start with lacquer before I use the custom grit because it can't hurt. And I don't want to custom grit the outside and have the grit removing or smudging or smearing or whatever. I don't know that it would, but I don't want to chance it. So a quick seal coat with a couple of spritzes of lacquer over the course of about 15 minutes. And then custom grit the outside, do the bottom, put the recess, flip around, inside. Easter Bowl. Maybe it won't look like Easter at all. Like Easter is more pastel-y in general, isn't it? Like maybe if that was like a more pastel-y blue and purple, I could sand a little bit of it out and just lighten it up. Thoughts? Anybody? Because if I just hit it again quick with a little bit 240, it'll take a little bit of the color out and maybe mute it a little bit. It won't be quite so vibrant. Maybe more Eastery. It won't really make it pastel though. It'll just make it less intense. Don't know. I'll decide in a bit. Using your favorite Def lacquer. No, using Watco. Hey, Mike, is that a giveaway? Not for you. No, it's not a giveaway. We do need to talk about a giveaway, though, because I'm about to hit 5,000 subscribers at some point in the next probably 3 weeks. I will be hitting 500 subscribers, and I do want to do a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So we need to figure out, we as a team, need to figure out what we want to give away that's not expensive, probably something that I make, and how we want to run the contest for people to enter to win the thing. That's fair. So it's not like, let's not make it something like you have to have watched 10 of the last 12 live episodes of the show so that you guys are the only ones who can win. I do want to reward loyalty. So somewhere in between, like, be at every live show and just put a comment in the comment section to be entered. Like, that's no. What? $20? What? Paul Waldrop, because you don't do this for your health. I certainly don't. I do it for fun and profit, apparently. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Oh. You should be up to 1 million subscribers. See, now you're just trying to butter me up to win this contest. You're right, though. I should be at 1 million subscribers. What is going on in the world? People don't want to watch somebody who doesn't know what he's doing. You guys seem okay with it. I don't know. I thought it would be a fun channel to watch some guy like try to figure out his way through. Not pretend to be an expert, like teaching. If you get to 1 million, I will ignore you like Matthias does. If I got to 1 million subscribers, I don't know that it would be about ignoring. I think it would just, I would be no longer able to keep track of, like, I'll always be able to keep track of, like, the original crew, like you guys, I think. But, like, say in 5 years, I somehow got to 1 million subscribers. Like, I'm not going to remember the people I met at around 400,000. Like, 1 million subscribers and he'll scavenge furniture from the sidewalk as well. That's funny. I bought a new table saw. Beckham bought a new table saw because the old one started to be a liability. I want to say Beckham had like a little sort of job site DeWalt table saw. Am I off? Am I on? What'd you buy anyway? What are you replacing and what are you replacing it with? No, Craftsman. Okay. Was it DeWalt planer that we were talking about you having? Am I thinking of somebody else? Craftsman, it was like a job site. Oh, what do you get? What are you getting? What are you getting? couple other people recently got table saws too. Poplar just got a Harvey something something. Drying the die. Drying the die. Okay, wait. Are you buying a new Craftsman? Or are you replacing the Craftsman? There's two different questions. Sometime around now last year is when I came across your channel looking for lathe reviews and openings. Hey! You found me for the 1216 unboxing? Or the Mastercraft? Probably the Laguna, I'm guessing. Have I already had that a year? Yeah, I guess I had probably 2 years in July. Yeah, I'd say that's correct. And when I went through the back catalog and saw the Mastercraft, and then you saw me injure myself with the Mastercraft and a bench chisel. I found you because of the lathe unboxing as well. There wasn't a lot of 1216 info. Like, there were a couple of like reviews of it, but I was kind of surprised at the lack of information on YouTube about the Laguna 1216 when I looked. If you Google Mastercraft lathe, your video pops up pretty quick. Which one? The unboxing or the or the Mike, I hurt myself. All issues fixed, question mark. Well, I still haven't replaced the switch because I keep forgetting that I need to replace the switch until it does what it does. And then I go, oh, right, I need to replace the switch. And then I don't. But the uppy-downying seems to be fixed. And belt changes seem to be going smoothly with the uppy-downying. Those are the only two issues that it's had. And neither one of those are, like, deal breakers. I mean, trying to figure out the uppy-downying situation is just, like, my lack of mechanical, like, brain that took me an hour. The only reason it took an hour is because I, like, loosened and tightened every damn bolt in there. And the switch is apparently a pretty common thing. Well, look at that. First hit is Canadian Tire. Second is another YouTube channel. Third is this. Oh, okay. That's cool. Don't buy that. I should do an update on that. Be like, yeah, I was excited to get this lathe. Don't get this lathe. That's unfair. It's unfair to the Mastercraft lathe for me to beat on it like that, because it's like it got me started. It taught me, it showed me that I was gonna love wood turning, and it got me started into it. It learned me that I need to learn what I'm doing. Did I see your last comment? No, obviously. Well, let me go. Oh yeah, Eric's gonna be our guest on Tuesday live stream. Mike, would you like to be our guest in May when you've got more time? Yeah, except that you guys, I gotta be awake at like 2 o'clock in the morning. On a Tuesday. Wait, on Monday for me, I think. I don't remember. I was up for one of them. But yeah, I mean, let's go with yes question mark. May is definitely more doable. I remember your first turning with it. My first turning with Mastercraft one was this guy. Pretty sure. It was the, I think it's even called, like, I turned a thing. Hey, Tyler found his ruler. This is getting a little bit This is not a high-tech piece of tooling here. It's just a turned piece of walnut with a nail in it. I get more Aussies here. Yeah, cool. It's like my third most popular country. Yeah, Tyler, where was it? Was it where you put it down? Like I said. I bet it was. Bet if you would have looked where I told you to, you would have found it earlier. Poplar finally got my Rikon 7150 VSR. I've not turned anything yet. That was the one that I was going back and forth with between the Laguna and that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you'll be happy with that purchase. Under a pile of sandpaper. Yeah, where you left it. Like I said. Doesn't look like it's drying. It is, obviously. Do you want to initiate it with some stabilized moose poop? Waldrop's just sending everybody who wants it stabilized moose poop. Send some to Stanifer. And Pinnell. More people need to send stuff to Pinnell. He is a valuable member of this team. When he shows up. Still have to finish the shot. Oh, that's right. You're still in the middle of the shot build. Is it brown? I would expect it to be brown. Wait. Assuming you're talking about the moose poop and not the Rikon. Because the Rikon's blue and white. Yeah, the only reason I didn't... I was going to go with Rikon's previous model to that one. That was like $650, $700, $689 something dollars. And I was about to pull the trigger on that. And then it said that it was sold out and it didn't have like expected date like most things do. And then all of a sudden there was this new version that was essentially like the old version, but it was $1,000 or $950. And I went, did they replace the $650 version with the $950 version? Because I don't really see any difference between these two lathes, other than maybe the serial, like the actual model number. Because at that point, I was like, for only another $100, I get the Laguna, and it's got the outboard side turning capability that gives me another 4 inches of, like I can turn 16-inch blank on the outside, on the outboard side of that. And the Rikon didn't have the outboard turning capacity for like an extra $100. So I went with that instead. Superior hybrid poplar trees. Hey, we got a definition. Towering trees that could grow 5 to 8 feet per year until reaching a maximum height of around 50 feet. Okay, 5 to 8 feet per year makes sense because it seems like a really fast growing tree because it's not very dense. Like, it's almost like a softwood. Super light. And it, yeah, it's really soft and light. But is it also a cottonwood? Because Waldrop said that it's actually also cottonwood. Hybrid poplar equals cottonwood. We got people doing research, Waldrop. Aren't they still considered a hardwood? Well, yes, because it is a deciduous tree. All deciduous trees are considered hardwoods, but some of them are softer than some softwoods, which are coniferous trees. Interesting. Interesting that is. Yeah, anything that comes from a deciduous tree is technically a hardwood. And anything that comes from a coniferous tree is a softwood, even though some of it is harder than some hardwoods. Is that the deciding factor? Yes, that is by definition. If it comes from a coniferous tree, it is a softwood, even if it is hard. Science! King Bee says. Yes, is correct. Balsa is, in fact, a hardwood, and it's one of the softest woods on the planet. Listen to the podcast about softwoods. I think I exploded Tyler's brain when I sent him the link to that. Yeah, if you don't listen to Shannon's lumber industry update, you want to know about woods, that's where I recommend going. Coniferous being evergreens, yes. Pine, fir, spruce, etc. Hemlock. And yet, so I think yellow cedar, softwood, is actually harder than, well, it's certainly harder than balsa. It's probably harder than this, whatever, hybrid poplar. Huon pine is a softwood, and it's quite hard. Yeah, but is it Australian? Because I think you guys only grow hardwoods. That's going to get dangerous if I continue that. Sent you a piece of stabilized mesquite. Okay. You need a real sharp tool. Of course I do. Seems like everything everybody sends me these days is like, let's see if we can break Mike's tools. Oh, I bought some more. I had to order a new 27/64 Brad Point drill bit because I can't find mine. And while I was at William Wood Wright buying that drill bit, they had red Malley Burl pen blanks on sale for like half price. So I bought another 10-pack of those too, because that shit is nice. And what else did I get? I got, like a pack of like rolls of different grits of sandpaper. So I think it's like 120, 180, 240. And they're like in rolls that dispense in little strips. The bit is right where I left it. Hey-yo! Yes, it is. Unless it's not, because I knocked it off of that and into a garbage can or something. Drill bit is probably behind the thing with the lid to the step one. It could be. It could be behind the lathe. I figured if I ordered a new one, I would just immediately find the old one, because that's usually how it goes. How much was a 10-pack of red Malley Burl? Ooh, I don't remember because I added it to a cart. That I think they might still be on sale. Penel, you want to check penblanks.ca? Or actually anybody can check penblanks.ca, because I think it was earlier this week, and they do like a weekly batch of things that are on sale. So it might still be on sale. I want to say they were $4 each. Maybe $3.99 each, but maybe not. I'm telling you, Chittum. Have you told me that before? That doesn't sound familiar. Chittum burl is ridiculous. I've got, Paul, what was the kind of burl that you sent me? Thuya? Which is rad. Haven't turned it yet, but it looks awesome. That's going to have to be dry enough. I'm going to have to get like spritzing that thing. I am going to do a quick hit with 240. Actually, I'm going to give it a quick hit with like 340. Not enough to actually like mute it, but just enough to oh yeah, it looks dry. Oh, that's really smooth already. One quick that's it doesn't say on the back, but I'm assuming it's pretty smooth. I'm guessing it's probably 340. Just gonna go whoop, like that. Hold on. I don't like what just happened there. Get like a hard line showed up between the blue and the purple now all of a sudden. Damn it! We're gonna I don't know what to do. If I wet it again, then this turning is going to take all night. I want to, though. I don't want it to be crap. You guys don't have anywhere to be, right? Hey, it'd be like one of those Rorschach things. Hold on. We're going to do it again. I didn't like that hard line that developed. Just go back into it and blend it all together a little better. And we'll let it dry again. Because, like I said, you guys don't have anywhere to be, right? Damn it. It's okay, we're only an hour in. We've been way more than an hour in before, like, flipping a bowl to the inside. Run some alcohol over it to smooth it out. The water should do it. Should reactivate enough of it to blend it back together. Yeah, $4 down from $8. Okay, yep. The red Mallee Burl. Sounded like a good enough deal for me, because I've seen what it turns into on a pen. Need to get some chucks for your lathe. Yep. Nova G3. I hear good things. Just don't get anything from Penn State Industries. Yeah. I want to get another one-way Talon just to put my super jaws, whatever they're called, jumbo jaws, just leave them on there. That's so first world problem. I have to take the jaws off my chuck to put the other jaws on the chuck. My Watchman joke didn't land. I don't think I saw it. Let me go back. Hold on. Yeah, there's a Rorschach. That's the dude's name in that show, I think. Didn't really love it, but it wasn't terrible. Was that operator error on the jaws? You're gonna have to be more specific because I don't remember what it is that you're talking about. Oh, when they got all jammed up and I couldn't operate them. I think they just had some sawdust down in the little gear part because I just kind of like wrenched it back and forth hard enough and it just cleared itself out. How did they come? Oh, the Penn State Industry ones just snapped. Like it literally snapped the bolt that screws the jaw into the chuck. Like it's just poor quality material. I was using it in the proper method and it just snapped the bolt and threw it at my face. Like the whole jaw. Wait, did it snap the bolt or did it snap the actual? I don't remember anymore, but like it was a pen blank drilling chuck. It's just the pen jaws that are designed to go in your chuck to drill the pen blank. And that's exactly what I was doing with it. Nope, that's not true. I was turning snowman noses. But, okay, damn. Maybe it was operator error. Because it's designed to hold a blank while you go this way with a drill bit. And I was going this way. It's a chuck jaw. Like it should be able to handle what I was doing with it. But you're right. Now that I've talked my way through it, it's designed to hold pen blanks to be drilled and not designed to be. But that shouldn't matter. You should be making your stuff out of material that can handle lathe tools, like turning wood that's being held by them. You'd crumble under cross-examination. It's true. If they ask me what were you doing with your jaws or with your chuck when it broke, and I said this, and they said, well, that's not what it's designed to do, so no, you can't have a refund or whatever. But instead, they just ignored me telling them, like, hey, your chuck jaw snapped and hit me in the face. They just didn't respond instead of, like, having a conversation. And I think honestly, that pisses me off more than the fact that the chuck jaw broke. The fact that I told them that it broke and they completely ignored me. Because if it broke and they were like, well, sorry, we don't guarantee our product because it's garbage, I'd be like, oh, hey, thanks for being honest. But they just ignored me instead. I had a choice between cheap pen jaws or quality, and I chose quality purely because of what your pen jaws did. I will do the same. I do want to just buy another set of the cheap garbage ones from Penn State Industries, because it's the only set that'll fit on that chuck. Like the cheap garbage Penn State Industry chuck. And then I could at least have just a permanently set up pen drilling chuck. And they're not super expensive. Like just the jaws, I think, are only like $30 or something. But I just don't want to give them any more money. Like, well, I it's kind of hypocritical because I do still order my slimline pen kit batches from them because it's the cheapest place to get them. What, a Canadian who didn't say sorry? I don't know what you mean. I say sorry all the time. If the screws broke, buy them from somewhere else. It's a good point. As if I knew the size and thread count and whatever. I need to find them because I don't remember what part broke. I just remember getting hit in the face shield with a chuck jaw. What brand chuck? I don't know what brand it is. It's the brand that you buy from Penn State Industries. PSI are not Canadian. PSI are American, but they sell cheap Chinese garbage. William Woodwright is my Canadian, and One Way is Canadian. Those are my two like Canadian resources for turning stuff. We're just gonna wait for that to dry again, and then I'm not gonna sand it. We're just gonna hit it with some lacquer to seal that in. One Way are not budget priced. This is correct. This is correct. You don't go shopping at One Way if you're looking for the budget priced equipment. Their turning tools aren't too bad. I got my my One Way bowl gouge, I think, was $50, $60 Canadian. So what's that? $35, $40 American for a quality bowl gouge. So there's that. And even the chucks, I mean, okay, it was $200, but like when you compare, I don't think it's that much more expensive than the Nova, and it's less expensive than the Easy Wood Tools chuck. Does Vicmark make chucks? Because it's probably cheaper than a Vicmark chuck if they make chucks. Come on. I got to get to the inside of this bowl. We're an hour and 14 now. Yeah, 40 to $50 for a bolt gouge, I don't think is unreasonable. If you're spending less than that much on a turning tool, I may have started a sentence that I don't want to finish, but I don't know that you're getting a quality that you are going to be happy with. I have a cheap, I still haven't used it, but it's actually called the Budget spindle gouge from Lee Valley that I think was $30 Canadian, and I am not expecting it to be good steel. I don't know. I think in terms of there are some things in the world that it's you get what you pay for kind of thing. Does anybody have the Easy Wood chuck? Is it worth the money? It looks fantastic. Woodshop.tv. Why can't I remember his name right now? Carl. Carl what? I don't know why I can't remember Carl's name. He uses the Easy Wood chuck system, and it looks awesome. The putting on and taking off the different sets of jaws is like this little pin thing tool that you go and the chuck jaw comes off, and then you just slide the next one on. It's like, it looks awesome. Carl Jacobson. It took me a minute. Are you saying a set of Harbor Freight turning tools are not top quality? Well, I can't say for sure because I've never used them. I've never been in a Harbor Freight, but I'm just guessing that no. And I mean, you're just gonna get better at sharpening if you buy crappy chisel lathe tools, right? Because you're gonna have to sharpen them more and more frequently, and you're gonna go through them because they're gonna get shorter and shorter and shorter faster. So in the long run, it might actually not be a better deal if you have to buy two for the amount of time that I only have to buy one. Keep in mind that if it isn't easy to get locally, options and spare parts, which you will eventually need, it might be a pain in the ass to get your hands on. Yep, maybe. I found the one way to be just easy to source locally, so I went with them for the truck. Yeah. Well, my lathe shop next town over deals with one way, and that's, I think I got my chuck from Lee Valley though, but I think I had a gift card or something that I wanted to put towards it. Yeah, I mean, for Chile, Vicmark is probably the one way it is for us. Is the Nova Chuck good? I have heard good things about the Nova Chuck. It's one of the ones that people recommend as a good place to start that isn't cheap garbage, but isn't going to break the bank. I've heard good things. I cannot say for sure that it is good. I have a Technatool Supernova 2, but I'm thinking about a Record Power SC2 for your next chuck. All things that I cannot speak to. Chili says the Nova Chuck is good. Do you have a Nova Chuck? Can you speak from experience, Scott? Is Nova what Dreadnought uses? Because that's a good way to gauge whether something is good. If people who are trustworthy and good at what they're doing are using that, then obviously it can get the job done for you. I was looking at the Nova G3 set. Yeah, that's Nova G3 is the term that comes up relatively frequently in forums and chat rooms and Facebook groups and stuff as a good place to be. That's going to be dry enough for me. I got to get moving on this. Because we need to take about a half an hour. That's dry. We need to take about a half an hour now. To do a couple of spritzes of lacquer on it. An hour 20. Okay. About an hour 25. We'll go do that again. And it'll be an hour 35 or so before we square off the bottom, put a recess in it, and flip it around. Well, and buff it in, buff it out with the custom grit. We'll be done in 2 hours maybe tonight. We're having fun though. All I have now is a spur and a faceplate. Came with the lathe. Yeah, you'd need a chuck of some kind. Look at how much you want to spend. Find the best product that's about that much money. Got a Nova and a Record Power chucks. Both have different threads for the insert to mount to the lathe, but are compatible with the jaw options. Okay, that's good to know. So you can get Nova or Record Power jaws to go on your Nova or Record Power chuck, I believe is what Scott is saying. I should just send PSI another $20 and have some dedicated pen blank drilling jaws. But I really don't want to. My Nova was an anniversary model, came with 3 sets of jaws for $200. Hey! There you go. So basically, the same price as my Talon, that came with 1 set of jaws. That's a good deal if you can find something like that. I don't want to follow up with them, Chili. But I also don't want to just have a useless chuck. That I just don't use for anything. Okay. I'll give them another chance. So that, in case you're wondering, that lathe is spinning at about 100 RPM. And I just, a few coats of lacquer on it, about 5 minutes apart, just to seal in the die. Okay, I'm back. Did you finish the bowl? Yep, it's all done, Paul. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. It's not. I had to re-blend the die because there was a hard line that I didn't like. So we had to wait for it to dry again. We're going to do an extra long show. I bailed on the Saturday night crowd last week. The majority of you came for the Monday show anyway, I think. But that's another thing that I'm thinking. Thinking starting in May, when I have an extra day off every week, I might start doing a second live show every week. Do a Saturday night and a Tuesday night live show. Get twice as much stuff made. Theoretically. Get to hang out with whoever shows up twice as often. It's fun. I enjoy my time hanging out here with you guys. Maybe put somebody else in charge of the moderation on that show. You get another employee. I'm expanding. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just use that extra day to just actually create woodworking videos instead of just live shows. Like I used to. And clearly don't anymore. I'm gonna go back to shooting with the phone. It makes the process so much smoother than fighting with this camcorder all the time. And it would make me want to make videos more if I was not frustrated with my camera. All right, here we go. Nova 48308 G3 light bowl turning chuck bundle. Woohoo! Direct thread 1 by 8 TPI. Includes chuck, 2-inch jaw set, 3-inch coal jaw set with yes. That's your answer. 2-inch jaws and 10-inch coal jaws with the chuck for $200. I think, well, okay, but hold on. Considering that's $200 American. So that is $240-ish Canadian. That's the same price as my Talon. Because I got the Talon with the number 2 jaws that come with it for $200. And those jumbo jaws were like $40-50. Were they? I don't know. There's a price on it. They might have been a little more than that. But that's not that far off in terms of $252 Canadian for the chuck, regular jaws, and the coal jaws. And I got, for $250 Canadian, I think I was probably at about $260 for the chuck and those 2 sets of jaws. So I'm not that far off going with one way. But I'm not saying that one way is better than Nova or not. I'm just saying that when you're talking about one way not being like budget conscious. What? Second, the Instagram idea? Do it on Instagram and have guests? But then I don't make those sweet, sweet AdSense dollars. Nobody's giving me ad revenue on Instagram to do shows. At least over here I get $4 or something for doing it. Plus sometimes people throw me $20 over here. They can't do that on Instagram. You're not wrong though. It would be cool to do an Instagram show and have guests. Most of last week, you had your TV on my channel while you were working. See? Chili's pitching in. He's making me AdSense revenue. Unless he's got an ad blocker, which he probably does. Still counts as views, though. And views count for showing it to other people when it pops up on their feed and whatnot. Oh, we missed our window. We went all the way to 28. Do another. Another like that. Good. Oh, Chili's premium membership that I get. Yeah, I get a chunk of that. That's cool. Thanks, man. Okay, so let's go back to talking about the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. What should I make, or what should the giveaway be? And how should we determine, like, how should the contest run? I'm open to ideas. I want to, whatever it is, I want to make, whatever the giveaway is, I want to make a video of me making it so that I can announce the giveaway and the contest rules and stuff. Kyla wanted to know if you were going to pay our electricity bill. Well, kinda, because I do have to send you some more money for the custom grid at some point. So, in a way, I will pay an electricity bill for you at some point. But it's really you paying your electricity bill but a nice mallet, that's a decent idea. I was actually, at one point, I was thinking of maybe a wooden block plane, because I've never made a video of making those. And that might be a cool giveaway. 2 bowl match set, 1 cord from the other. Yeah, I don't have coring gear. Poplar? Come on. Diamond encrusted crystal slipper. There's some Fabergé eggs. Mallet's an interesting idea, because I've never made a video of making... Nope, that's not true. I made a video of a turned mallet, because it was, can I get over my fear of the lathe? Let's try making a mallet. But I've never made a video of making this kind of mallet. Block plane would be cool, though. And my buddy Mike Bennett needs a plane. So I could make him one, make another one for a giveaway. And how do we run the contest? My guitar business is on Instagram. I'm old and forgetful. I don't think I knew you were on Instagram. I think you specifically told me that you're not on Instagram, Paul. Mallet would be nice. Okay, so either mallet or block plane. I would completely custom walnut guitar. Yeah, that's something that we should give away. It would be awesome if I ever got to the point where I could afford to make a guitar to give away on the show. That would be sweet. Woodworker mallet. Yeah, maybe both. A mallet and a block plane. And a Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff Don't Come Here to Learn shirt. That's too much giveaway. It's only 5,000 people. And I don't make that much money. Let's go, I don't know. I'll keep thinking on it. The mallet I had not thought of. The block plane I had. But I should give away a shirt too. Because this is, we're probably going to run the contest through May. Because it'll be May before I hit my number, and then I'll run the contest for 4 weeks probably. So by then I will be printing shirts. Put all the names on small papers and pin them to the inside of the cabinet door behind you. Throw a dart to pick the winner. I have a dart board in that cabinet right there. So I'd probably use that instead of the inside of my cabinet door. I'm accepting birthday presents on May 18th. Waldrop. It's Chili's birthday on the 18th. Mr. I give away guitars. You can send me plans for the marking tool you made me. That's cool. Maybe I make a marking gauge. That would be an awesome giveaway. Like a marking gauge, a mallet, and a block plane. That's like a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. But yeah, that's cool. You can send me those plans. Maybe I'll make one day. Be a cool thing to make a video on too. Let's give it another spritz. Do I need to bring you guys over every time I do this? Because It's going to look the same as it did last time. It's exciting, right? You're gonna have to clarify that, Robert. You might want to try that one again. Vide of each though. Even though was spelled wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. It's because we feel unloved if you don't. Okay, I'll bring you with me to spritz the lacquer on the bowl. It's gotta be, I think that's gotta be the last one. Vid of each though. Yeah, okay, a video, make a video of all three of the things. It feels like more work than I want to put into a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. It's not a terrible idea though. Like, it would certainly get attention. And it would take me all month to make those three things and videos of those three things. I want to think on that, because I mean, worst case scenario, I made three things, made three videos, and I made three things I don't need. So why not give them away? All three of those things I can make out of scrap. So it's not free, but it's might as well be free. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible idea. And then maybe I approach some companies, because who knows? I know it's only 5,000 subscribers, so you're not getting a ton of attention, but maybe Lee Valley wants to chip in a $20 gift card or something. Maybe William Woodwright, that I talk about as being a place that I purchase things from, wants to fire me a $20 gift card. Penn State Industries probably doesn't. Pepsi probably doesn't. I don't know. I'm going to keep thinking on it. You guys gave me some good ideas to think about. The mallet. Hold on. I might message my buddy Tyler Peterson after this. Yeah, okay, so there's some things ruminating. Did you say you're gonna make a boat? No, I never even want to own a boat. Diamond encrusted mallet. Okay, Tyler, we're on the same page already. Okay. This is cool. All right. We're working on some things. I can do a hand plane. Get a couple of sponsors. Even if it's just for a little bit. And then how do we make people enter? I mean, you would have to comment on all of the videos that were made of making the prizes. We make people have to follow all the contributors to the prize pool. Sorry, I've got to need to get to the shops before they close. Isn't it like 10 o'clock in the morning there? Oh, but it's actually Easter Day. It's actually Sunday. Okay, later, Chili. See if Nut Paste will contribute. Well, Nut Paste doesn't exist as a company yet. So doesn't really matter how you pick the entries. I won't win. Well, maybe you will. You'll have just as good a chance as anybody else who follows the rules. Assuming that people follow the rules. Can't make it too complicated, because then people won't follow the rules. Dunno. But at least it's got me thinking on it. I've only got another couple weeks probably to make up my mind. And then I'll do an announcement of how it's going to go. And then I'll make the stuff that I'm giving away and the videos of giving that stuff away. Most I have seen pick random commenters from a few videos. Yeah. I mean, I could do that. I think, was it the 1,000 subscriber giveaway? I did like a series of Q&As. So like you leave a question for me in the comments, and then the next video I do, I answer the question. And then that gets you entered into the giveaway. I don't know. I'll keep thinking on it. I've got a little bit of time. But here's a heads up to my loyal assholes. There will be a giveaway coming up shortly. I'll probably do however I do the entries, I will find a way to give people who come to the live show bonus entries. I'll probably over the course of the giveaway, I'll probably have 4 live shows, and maybe I'll do like a question, or if you show up for the live show and then you are the first one to answer a question correctly, you'll get a free entry into the draw, something like that. Hey, Tony Lopez, what's up, my man? Happy Easter Eve to you as well. I'm going to give this one more spritz. All right. And last spritz, we'll let that dry, and we'll custom grit. Then we'll flip it around, and then we'll be at 2 hours before we get to the inside of the bowl. Which is fine, I guess. Everyone except Lenzen is eligible to win. And employees of the corporation. Corporation. And also not Quebec. Quebec is not eligible also. Not sure why every contest excludes Quebec, but Trevor Gree, watching tonight with my 6-year-old daughter Amelia. Hello. Hello, Amelia. How are you? They have special rules about ensuring contests in Quebec. Okay, I know that every time you see a contest, it's like, not like in the lower 48 states, Canada, Italy, Spain, and everywhere else in the world except Quebec. All right. support excluding Quebec. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, let's get this. Just that last coat of lacquer just needs to dry. Then we can buff it. Then we can flatten the bottom, recess, flip it around. Yeah, we're going to be 2.5 hour show tonight. I was on my feet all day at work. Might need to go have a stretch. Is it Quebec or Quebec? It's actually Quebec. It's neither of those. It's Q. I can let some air in here too. Whoa, that's bright. Jeez, that's not going to work out for you guys. Hold on. Maybe like that. It's some air, but not like blinding light. Oh, okay. I also need to get the turning done before I get to 6 or 7 beer deep. Because that's not safe. Maybe we just do the outside of the bowl this week? No. Come on. Yeah, Marv, you do hear birds. There are some birds out there. But unfortunately, you'll also be hearing traffic. Which is why I normally do this with the door closed. Not sure that I should have done a dyed bowl on the live show. It just takes too long. And there's a lot of boringness, like in between parts. Safety first, yeah. Yeah, I might. Maybe I should just. I mean, you guys have seen me turn the inside of a bowl before. Maybe just finish the outside tonight. And then you can trust me that I turned the inside of it, and then I'll just show it on the show next week. Nobody needs to watch me turn the inside of this bowl. It'll be the same as every other time I turn the inside of a bowl. But we should finish the outside. Hear those birds too. Canadian birds, they go cheap, cheap, eh? Unless I get a catch. The inside is when it can explode. You're like, yeah, okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, friends. Maybe I come live. Maybe I go live again tomorrow night and we'll do the inside. No. Tomorrow night is movie night. Sunday night's movie night. I could do another Monday night show. Finish and do the inside. Like I did Monday night show last week. I can just leave it on there. And we can do a Monday night show to do the inside. Be a 2-parter. I don't hate that idea. You guys can come back Monday night if I do another show to do the inside of the bowl. Instead of hanging around for another 45 minutes. It's feeling like the best option. Monday night's going to be a regular thing soon enough. Yeah, it might be. I think, like I said, I think in May I might start doing a second show. Phone's going to die, so okay. I'm in. If so, all right. Well, let's do that. Let's just. I'm gonna put it back up to speed. We're gonna custom grit the outside of it. Actually, let's not, because I can just keep spritzing it. Like if we want to just call this the end of the show, I like over the next hour, I can just spritz it again once in a while and build up like a serious coating of lacquer on the outside that I can then not sand through when I'm custom grit. Could let it cure overnight so it's nice and hard when I custom grit it, and then it'll come out super shiny and it'll look rad. And then on Monday night we'll just pop a recess in it, flip it around, do the inside, and have a result. I like this. This is how this is going. So we figured it out. I'm gonna have one more beer though, because now we've decided that I am not turning anymore. And over the course of the next couple hours, I'll just go over it once in a while and go pss, pss, pss. Get it nice thick coating. Well, not thick, but like a nice robust coating of lacquer on there. And then on Monday night, we can custom grit the outside, flatten off the bottom, put a recess in, pop it around, and have an hour-long show. And then I can pull out the guitar and everybody can leave. That's what we'll do. Monday night, we'll come back and finish this bowl. Good idea. I like that. Two-parter. That might be a good way to go forward too with the show, especially if people are available on Monday nights. Maybe a Saturday night, start the show, maybe do two-parters more often, because that would suit me. Because sometimes I only feel like doing a half a show. All right, later, 10:30 people. What beers tonight? You know what beers tonight. Sleeman Original Draft. Not sponsored. Also wouldn't need to worry about running long all the time. Yeah, and I could maybe do some big things. Maybe do like some 11, 12-inch bad boys that I didn't do on a show because it's going to take me 3 hours. But I could do the outside on Saturday and the inside on Monday. Do it over 2 shows. You could start doing bigger things, more complicated things, flat things. We could make boxes, because I could get stuff into glue up on the first night and then come back on the Monday and finish it up. It's a good idea doing a 2 a week. I didn't agree to 2 shifts, but they'd be half as long, Chris. Sort of. I also did mention something about getting a separate moderator for the second show. Also, I'll give you a raise. If you wanted to have a second shift, I'll increase your pay by 100%. Like, I'm basically offering you double what you already make to do a... You know what? For the inconvenience, we'll triple your wage. We'll add 1 extra shift will give you 3 times as much money. Only an idiot would say no to that. Yeah, okay, I'll pay you double time for your second shift, which is essentially the same thing as paying you 3 times as much, like overall. Your first shift is just regular. Your second shift, I'll pay you double time for. Which it's actually funny because you've had to do very, very little work the last little while. There were no spam bots tonight or last week, I don't think. There's no weirdos. Like, your job is getting easier. Should be deducting. Nah, I'll pay you. We made an agreement. I will continue to pay you as per our agreement. And we can rework your contract if you're interested in working a second shift each week. But that is an hour and 57 for tonight. I think is probably okay. Happy Easter, everybody. I will bid you adieu at this point. I'm just going to keep spritzing that with lacquer over the next couple hours. And then Monday night, we will get the bottom done and get the inside done. So come on back, 5:35 Pacific time, Monday night. And until then, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. It's kind of nice, the little birds chirping outside there at the end of the show. Still in exactly the same place. No further along on the guitar. Just not really feeling it. I got one good push into the guitar, and it just kind of hit the wall early on the enthusiasm level for the guitar. I'll get back to it. Bye for now. Thanks again.